What in either
I
way.
can't breathe!
No, I mean, yeah. I don't have anything to add to that. I think I agree with that. I think that people, well, people are what they are. I mean, we can't deny that. You can't. If people, it gives people a certain advantage. I mean, it's true. Better looking people get better jobs. It's not fair. Caucasians get such an easy ride in Japan, and it's because of our appearance and all the
No, I
stereotypes and
agree.
associations with
That's
it.
another good example of
And
it.
I had this thing. That when
And
I
I
came
bet
to
the
Japan,
Japanese girls get a better ride in the States too than Mexican girls, for
well,
example.
when I came to Japan, I kind of experienced what it's like to be an extremely attractive woman for the first time.
Sorry, I'm sorry.
Because I mean, as in America, whatever, the girls who get to skip the lines in front of clubs, the girls who get straight into, through job interviews or whatever, and have all these job offers and stuff like that. When I came to Japan, it was compared to my friends, my Chinese friends and my Korean friends from my Japanese class in New Zealand. We all came to Japan, and I'm working in a suit and they're working in kitchens, and it's not fair, and I felt guilty about that. But at the same, I had the same dilemma. I only thought for like half a second, is it fair for me to be accepting favorable treatment based on, my racial appearance? But in the end of the day, I mean, if you're given certain advantages, then squandering the advantages as well doesn't, do anyone any service. So if you've got it, if you happen to be, someone who, for whatever reason, and in a very male-dominated environment like YouTube, if you're a woman and you can attract attention based on that as a starting point, but still prove that you're qualified and that you have a message and you're worth listening to and following in other ways. I mean, that's nothing to. If people who resent that are just resenting the world, the life as it is, and I think I'm not going to criticize somebody for being good looking or having those kind of advantages. I mean, that is there. It's just a fact of life. I mean, deal with it if you don't like it. Just, what can you do? I'm totally cool with it. I think it's silly to deny that.
I would say exploit it, if anything. I would say exploit it and use what you can gain from that to help other people, which is what partially what Hannah Minx does do. I mean, she did do. I don't know if she still does it, but
she helped me.
Yeah, well, I talked to her
I
2
got all
months
these
ago.
comments. It's funny. I got a rush of subscribers when she proposed when she put me in her automatic recommended subscribers, and then all of a sudden my videos after that, I got all these comments like, "Oh my God, why am I subscribed to you?"
Right.
Well, let me take a guess. Let me try to think of what your interests are. But
the
I
thing-
still,
That's funny.
I
The
appreciate it.
thing about Hannah Minx is that before she got all big, she was just a regular gal who did a blog just like you, and her blog was actually very intelligent. In fact, to the point where I actually questioned where she was. I didn't question in a suspicious way. I was like, "Hey, this is really cool. What is this? Where did you get this from? Is this from a book?" She goes, "No, I wrote that." Like, really? I mean, that's really impressive. She's a smart gal, and she knows how to use her.
Oh, yeah. I mean, I
her-
wouldn't presume
what God
I don't
has
know
given
her
her,
well,
you know.
so.
No, she's
I
a
mean,
very nice person,
You have
and
to
she's
be
a
able to
smart gal.
market yourself. I mean, that
Well, that's it.
marketing
I mean,
yourself takes
I mean,
a lot of wits.
There's lots of girls in the world, with the proportions and assets that she has, but
Yes.
there aren't many girls who have done what
Look
she's
on
done.
YouTube. There's a lot of girls with breasts as big as Hannah's and even more willing to show them off, and they're not doing as well as she has. So you have to admit there is something to her that other
She's
girls
smart.
don't have.
She is smart.
Yeah.
And as I was telling
I mean,
Molly's
I
wife,
think.
go ahead.
Go ahead. I was going to say, I think the one thing that's, and this is just speculative on my part because I have never been in Hannah's position and I never will be, or Hannah, I don't know, whatever.
Hannah.
Miss Minx.
Hannah.
Hannah.
Hannah. Hannah Minx?
I say everything with weird
Oh, whatever,
Japanese
go on.
pronunciation now.
I don't
Anyway.
even know anymore either.
I was like, what am I saying? And I think if a woman, puts herself out there in a very sexualized way,
Women
I'm
who
for,
put out are like my favorite women. Go ahead.
I meant women who market themselves. Let me rephrase.
Sorry.
Women who market themselves in a very sexually provocative way. Again, I'm not against it. I think that women should be free to do as they like. But I think it is very, very difficult for them to recover a reputation at that point to be taken seriously again. Not that it's impossible. I think they just have to work extremely hard if they want to ever shift away reputation and be known for a different aspect of their life. So I think, I don't know.
I don't know though. I mean, why should they even step back from it? I mean, it's a form of self-empowerment.
Yeah,
I mean,
again,
the whole idea
I'm not
of
into
reputation.
slut shaming. I'm very against slut
Yeah, I
shaming.
mean, you talk about they got a reputation. I mean, that in itself is that's kind of mean. I mean, it's kind of.
Well, I mean, I think it's just if we're going to go back and point again, I wasn't too into doing this, but if we're going to go back and say, well, men are idiots, and which again, I'm not saying that. if we're going to take that line of reasoning,
men are idiots.
Men are idiots,
men
I just have a really hard time with women who. If a woman says that, she gets labeled crazy feminazi, and she's just a cold-hearted bitch, and she hates men and she wants to bite their heads off, and she thinks that they're better than men. So if a woman says that's
women
difficult.
are better than men. They can make men.
I've had this discussion with Victor about the internet, and this is the thing. I love you guys. I do, even the crazy dumb ones. But this is the thing. You can't take everybody on the internet seriously, and you can't take everything that everyone says to heart, because there are people on there who just say stuff like that out of boredom for reactions. A lot of people. I mean, at the end of the day, I mean, some people are worth taking seriously when they've established credibility. Mm-hmm. But, I don't know. Someone's always going to say something, and there comes a point you have to just, not care about it, especially on the internet, especially if you're blogging. Because there's always going to be people who do that. You can't please everybody. I mean, it's one of those things. It's kind of hard to deal with as an extension of society, but it is different, and you have to kind of be a little bit more tsumete. I think you have to be a little bit. At the end of the day, people will respect you more if you're consistent and with your own online identity and how you go out and not apologize for yourself. I mean, even in whatever direction. That's how I see it.
Yeah.
I mean, the thing I like. I mean, I'm not the sexiest man on YouTube, but the people who follow me, I know of there are 2 or 3 other people, but
it's a close race.
Yeah. I mean, I beat this guy, but the point is that the people who follow you, they follow you because they respect, and that's it. And the end of the day, if they respect you as you are, however you choose to put yourself out there, I mean that's all that you can ask for. I mean, you can't. I don't know. Please come on and say something about the way I look or something that I say. I mean, that's if they want a good discussion, I'll engage. But I don't know. I've kind of come to the conclusion it's not worth worrying about those kind of opinions, even though they're designed and aimed at trying to get to you.
Yeah.
And it's women, because women get targeted with those kind of comments more. Obviously, it's a different It aims right for the bone, but you just gotta. I don't know. Yeah. As a dude, I wouldn't get too worried about it if you possibly can.
Yeah. What were you gonna say, Victor?
Well, before I got on YouTube, I was a big rock and roll band manager here in Nagoya, and we took our band to Fuji Rock. And I was also I owned my own school. And I employed a bunch of teachers, and I owned part of an interest in 2 bars and worked at bars. So I was big man on campus, so to speak, right? And then, due to many mitigating factors, which I explained in some previous videos many months ago, or years ago maybe, I fell out of favor, or actually kind of exiled myself from the gaijin community here in Nagoya, and basically became my own island. And suddenly had all this time. And that's how I started YouTubing. And the point being that thanks to YouTube, I discovered that my identity is not tied to any of those professions or any of the powers that I wielded. Because people thought, this guy can get me free drinks or get me in the door over here. Because of who I was, I could get in anywhere. I was man on campus, like I said. But becoming a YouTuber gave me a chance to realize who I was as a human being. So I don't give a fuck about anything. And any of these guys, I mean, you know what gets me though? I mean, people control me easily by just saying things that are completely factually wrong. Like they're just like, you're like from Pakistan. Well, I mean, no, I'm not from Pakistan. I'm not. I mean, come on.
I get that all the time.
At least get the right continent, You're Go back to Pakistan, you Paki or whatever. You know, like things like that bug me because they're factually incorrect. But people saying I'm a fag, I'm a douchebag, or whatever, those things don't bother me. I'm okay with everything else. And I think that YouTube has really helped me in that sense to realize that I'm not any of those labels, and I don't need to be an English teacher. I don't need to be a bar owner. I don't need to be any of those things. I could lose everything tomorrow, and I would still be okay. And I have YouTube to thank for that.
It's part of being an Oyaji. I mean, part of what an actual Oyaji is. I mean, this is Oyaji philosophy.
This is the Oyaji.
The way of the Oyaji is that you reach a certain point in your life when you realize you don't have to try anymore. You can just walk out in your pajamas if they're comfortable, and let society judge, and you just don't have to care anymore. And that's why when you reach that point in your life, you've reached Oyaji. It's a happy place. It's a happy place because you're not stressing anymore about all those other things.
Oh my God, Victor!
My Argonauts want to see that.
I mean, only an Oyaji could wear a shirt like that. That's just the thing. It's not an age or a demo. It's a mindset. It's a mindset that I'm just going to be me and not give a crap. I'm going to talk what I want to talk. And I think that's what we're all about here.
Right.
It's hard to live up to the Oyaji ideal, but I endeavor every day. I walk out in my pajamas. I totally put the rubbish out in my pajamas. I have no shame about that. That's totally cool.
Me too.
I can't walk out in my pajamas.
But you've got to be comfortable with who you are. If you are not comfortable with walking out in your pajamas, that's fine. But don't.
No, I just meant I would be arrested for public indecency. There's no way.
Okay, well, we will have a van. We will have a van parked out in front of your house tomorrow morning at 6 a.m.
Now I'm trolling the Oyaji.
Hey, the Oyaji cannot be trolled. The Oyaji.
This is true. This is true. You should make a T-shirt for that or something.
The Oyaji
that is your new tagline. The Oyaji cannot be trolled.
That's like a dare.
Yes.
But I would say, Jen, I mean, there's nothing. I don't think there's anything wrong if you are comfortable with who you are, with completely using all your assets. Seriously, and if you want to grow your channel. Well, you don't have to be interested, but you also don't have to be bothered by those stupid comments. I mean, you know who you are.
I think you're cool, even if you show cleavage. I won't resent you for it, honestly.
But before the show, I made a joke about her cleavage, and she went on and put on another shirt. So I apologize to everyone watching. But I
didn't even see. That's the thing. Like, I didn't even perceive that there was like any chance of cleavage. But leave it to you, and you just like zone in on it, right?
Well, I knew we were going to talk about it. Come on. I'm an Oyajis. I'm not dead. Come on.
So we should talk about like fun boobs again, as opposed to like feminazi boobs. I suppose. I don't know. I'm not a feminazi though. So.
What are feminazi boobs? They don't sound fun at all.
I don't think so.
Feminazi boobs. But men do it too. There's if I had a 6-pack and I was 25 years old.
You would drink it, right?
I would drink it.
No.
Oh, this is what I want to say before. I was talking about Hannah Minks with TMK 8558, Mully's wife,
right?
Almost right. And she was talking about that. And I said, I don't know how much money she makes, but I'm pretty sure she makes quite a ton of money. And I think I said like $10,000 or something. I said, honey, if Mully was making $10,000 for showing his junk on camera,
which is enough to post.
I am sure that he would be showing it on camera every day, and I'm sure you would be filming. You'd be holding the camera. And she laughed. She goes, "Yeah, you're right. Probably. I wouldn't care if you were making $10,000 for showing his junk on camera." And it's not even
money. I don't like money that much.
It's not even junk. But the thing about privacy that I disagree with a lot of people, including, for example, Find Me Kurume or Japan Arcus, people who like to keep their privacy, to themselves. They have all these secrets like underwear and stuff. So I don't think knowing anything about me makes you know me at all. You can watch all my videos. That really doesn't mean you know me or my heart.
I agree.
Right?
People have presupposed a lot of things about me and all of us, and they're just way off.
People look at my fucking kitchen and think they know how much money I make per month. Like, really? Seriously? I mean, come on.
You get that Bhutanese mint. I've seen it. That stuff, they fly that in on chartered airplanes. I mean, that's high roller stuff.
You notice that?
Your whole herb set, I think, gives it away.
I once this is a funny story. So I think I've told you this before, Victor. When I was in Hokkaido, occasionally, usually I had the same background behind me. I would film in the same spot typically, but occasionally I would, go around to a different side of the wall or something not that interesting. And I got this message from this one person who watches my videos, and I'm assuming it was a guy, and he said, "Can you please film around your apartment more?" He's like, "I'm trying to map."
Oh, I didn't touch it. I didn't touch it this time. That wasn't me. I wasn't even touching the screen. Well, I'll re-invite her. Every time she starts talking about something interesting.
This is the maneuver. By the way, for those watching, when you're in Japan, whenever there's like really cramped and there's a good-looking woman there, and you're thinking that someone might do something wrong, always stand with your hands like this. That's how you don't get arrested.
I'm not getting her. Oh, here it is. I'm trying to.
By the way, it's like over an hour now. We
gotta go. We gotta go.
Wrap up. So we'll get her back and we'll wrap up.
All right. I'm trying to call her back again. Oh no, I just called everybody. Damn. No, I didn't call everybody. Okay, she's back.
Second time you've kicked me out.
I did not kick you out that time. I didn't touch anything. I was actually on my cell phone.
So Ronry. So Ronry and Sandra Ron. Yeah. So I don't know. Did you even hear what I was saying?
No.
Ah, freak. So
I'm sure it was really funny.
Yeah, well, the moment has passed now, so forget it.
What was it?
No, basically it was just this guy trying to map out my
apartment. Yeah.
Yeah,
that's kind of creepy.
it's very creepy.
Yeah. Well,
didn't you meet that guy in purpose? In person?
No, I don't even know. Like, I don't even remember what his name was.
I thought he came to the Hanami or something.
No, I don't. I don't
you're getting people mixed up.
Which reminds me that our big party is coming November 3rd.
Yay! I'll be there
in Tokyo. All of us will be there, and a lot of other people will be there. I hope NihonJenn will be there. I hope who else looking online here. I hope Sunny. I've asked Sunny to host.
Sunny, be the MC.
I have Sunny. I have asked Sunny to be one of the MCs. I hope he will agree.
Daisy Shibuya, starting doors open 5, starting at 6 p.m., going through to 9 p.m. November 3rd, Saturday. The biggest Japan YouTube gathering in the world.
Yeah.
Will be awesome.
So, and we're working on Ninjikai right now with Sayuri Music. I forgot to tell you, Hiko Simon. Sorry.
Sweet.
Sayuri Music is working on something right now to make another another party afterwards, because it's going to end rather early. And for those of us who are coming in for out of town, we want to stay out all night, have some fun.
Yeah. Talk about boobs.
But
I don't know if that's really going to happen.
Well, in summary, I'd have to say that I think women do have an advantage over men, but there's also that's not their.
It's an advantage I'm completely in favor of. I'm like.
Yeah, well, I'm in favor of that advantage.
I want them to be as advantaged as possible.
But in the end,
I'll start 100 meters behind.
In the end, though, there are a lot of success. The biggest YouTubers are men.
The view from back there.
So, Sexy Phil or that Ray Williams Johnston guy. They're all the biggest YouTubers are actually men, so it doesn't really matter. I mean, if you work hard, you can still get there. It doesn't matter. You might have a slight advantage if you're a woman. But...
All the biggest J vloggers are men. Like, seriously.
What are you talking about? No.
Michaela's
the biggest. Megwin, Hikakin.
Yeah.
No, Michaela's huge, but not in
she's not
the
that
physical
huge.
sense. She's so skinny and tiny. But no, I mean, well, when you think about, I guess,
What?
Well, she's
Have
very.
you ever met her in real life?
Yes.
Skinny and tiny?
Yeah, she's.
I would say she's average size.
She's very petite. Oh no,
Yeah,
she's average.
Petite.
Anyway, off topic. I was gonna say she, as one of the bigger female J bloggers,
She's petite, but...
I'd say Hiko, Victor, Megwin, Busan Kevin, Cooney, Roger Swan. There's a lot of big men too. So don't sell yourself short, guys.
Roger Swan passed away 2 years ago. Cooney has made 5 videos in 3 years.
I know, but their legends live on.
Yes, that's true.
Some in more awkward ways
Well,
than others.
like as I said before, I want there to be dozens of hugely advantaged female women.
Yes,
surpassing me.
I'm all for falling down the ladder in favor of women with cleavage.
So,
And,
and you're one of the ones to follow. So you know,
This must
good
be a
point
very
from the
disappointing
comments.
show.
Good point in the comments from I think it was Stratosphere. You know, it doesn't matter how good looking you are. In the end, you've got to be able to carry your blog.
I absolutely agree, and I think that's just that was the whole point of it. Like maybe some people, you know, are initially attracted to whoever, male or female, for appearance, but if you don't have content,
Yes.
it's more difficult to keep people
Content is king.
there.
Mhm.
Thanks
And on that
for
note,
coming on, Jen.
thank
What?
you. No, it's been awesome having you. It's been fun. We got to get you back. By the way,
Yeah.
if that's cool.
We'll have you
Okay,
back.
yeah, I'm all for it.
Yep.
Definitely.
Okay.
All right.
So let's you sign off. It's your channel, Victor.
Thanks everyone for watching. Remember to go over to NihonJenn and check her out. I promise you that she will accidentally show you some cleavage sometimes. Though believe me, she's not trying. She's not, you know, belittling your masculinity or just shooting for your balls or testosterone there. She's actually just she's just lazy.
Boobs move. Can that be the word for the night? Boobs move.
Boobs for the win. Thanks everyone for watching anyway. And of course, you know, Hiko Simon. And next week, what's going on? Hiko Simon, what do we got next week?
I don't know.
Oh, okay, well Saturday
Rabbit? Maybe
we got to do
Rabbit?
some things. Tikio
I want to get
Sam.
Jip Daisuke. I want to get Jip
Tiki-
Daisuke.
Let's get him on. Tikio Sam and Unrested are starting up a show together. And it
Yeah,
might be
they
on
said
right
about half
after
an
this,
hour
so
ago,
go
didn't
check. They might have started, I don't know. They said they were going to start on Wednesday
Alright,
nights, but
guys.
they might not. Maybe it's next Wednesday. We'll have to figure that out.
Mm.
And I would also say that Warm Up Strat's doing a show every Saturday night from now on. It's called a beer chat, I think. And there might be, and Jason, my Argonauts, also has a show occasionally. It might be Saturday nights, so look for him. Anyway, a lot of people are doing shows. If you are doing a show, if you're watching this and you're doing a show, and you'd like a reciprocal shout-out, then let us know. And we'll mention you. We're hoping to start a blog up that mentions all the J-Blog shows. Right? We had a lot of fun, right, Jen, on My
Yes.
Argonauts show.
That was a great time.
That was a
really
great show. It was a really fun show.
Yeah. I've been enjoying the live streams lately. I've been hopping
Live streams
around.
are fun. So if anyone has a regular live stream, I know Kevin Busan Kevin put one up
Yeah.
a few days ago. I don't know if that's going to be regular. If it's going to be regular, someone will tell him and tell us, and we're hoping to create a kind of schedule for all the J-Blog shows. I hope people will be regular like we are. We've been pretty regular every Wednesday night, 10:30. Next Wednesday.
I eat lots of cereal.
I was going
and-
to say fiber, and you're old, so it works.
Yeah,
Keep it
that's,
clean.
Important for Oyajis.
Yes,
That's
yes.
important too.
Next, it's less painful
not
to go to the
old.
bathroom.
You're not old.
10:30 next week on the Hiko Simon channel. See you there. Good night, guys.
Bye.
Bye. Now, how do I turn this off? How do I?
I don't know.
What's the end broadcast? Ending broadcast now. Bye.